Here we go. This is Don Potter, and we are working on exercise 30 in the Natural Phonics Primer, a universal safety net for literacy. And we're doing oi, oi. By the way, this is a diphthong. If you remember, a digraph is two letters that have one sound, such as E. But a digraph, you have two sounds, each spelt with a different letter. So here you have oi, as in oil, and you can see, if you look at my mouth, oi, oi, you can see that there are two movements there. And then we have oi in boy. The phonovisual key word is B-O-Y, boy. You might ask, why do we have two spellings for this one diphthong? Well, the reason is that you cannot use an I at the end of an English word. For example, there's a word boy. Would it look right to spell B-O-I? That wouldn't make any sense at all, would it? So we just kind of know intuitively you cannot use an I at the end of an English word. And so what they do is they substitute the Y at the end of the word. So let's take a look at these. And this will, again, knowing that's going to help you a bunch with your spelling, because you got to ask yourself, is it inside the word or is it at the end of the word? If it's the end of the word, you cannot use OI. You have to use OY. So we have boil, put water on a stove to boil. Broil was when you put something in the oven and heat it really hot and cook it really thorough. You broil it. Coil, when you wrap something up, it's a coil. Coin, nickels, dimes, pennies, these are coins. Foil, like tin foil. Foist is when you try and encourage something, somebody to do something, and usually it's a bad idea. You know, somebody tries to get you to do something that's bad. They're trying to foist something on you to get you to accept something. Hoist means to lift up, like hoist an engine with a hoist, and it can be a noun too. The hoist will hoist stuff up. Join, you can join the Boy Scouts or other great organizations. Joint, you have a joint, your knuckles, or there's joints there. Loin, be careful, it looks a lot like lion, and a lot of kids will see that and say lion. They have, if you notice, the same shape, L-I-O-N. And I have to do this quick because it doesn't stay on the screen. So you have the same shape, so be careful. The secret of reading, as I have mentioned many times, is to look at all the letters the right way. That is from left to right. So if you look at loin, if you look at every letter, you're not going to say lion. Next is moist. Wet the wash rag and get it moist. Oil. Oil. Put oil in your car to keep it running good. Or if the hinge on the door is squeaking, you can put a little oil on it to make it quit squeaking. Point, you can point with your finger. Soil, you plant a garden in the soil, the dirt. Spoil, don't spoil children by just giving them anything they want. Also, if you lay a tomato on a shelf and you leave it there for weeks, it's going to spoil and you can't eat it. Toil means to work very hard at something, such as learning to read. Then now we have the OY, and of course now you know why that we use the Y at the end, because we cannot use an I. So we have the word boy. Boys like toys, right? Cloy, that's kind of an interesting word. A cloy person, usually it's speaking of a girl or woman that's overly sweet. Like they're nice, but they're really too nice, like you're trying to get something, being so nice. Coy is reluctance to give details. And to me, it's kind of like somebody that's shy. They don't want you to know too much about them. They're coy. Joy is when you're exceedingly happy, and I'm so happy to be able to do these lessons for you. If I don't get to meet you in person, at least I know that you're benefiting from all this toil, all this hard work that I'm doing. Roy is a name. Roy. Toys. Now notice here, oi doesn't come at the end of a word, but since when you add the S to the end of the word, you don't have to change that to I. And then Troy, I've had a lot of students in my life come for tutoring, but Troy's one that I just really came to love because he's the one student that I homeschooled, and he is a wonderful, nice boy. All right, so there you go. Exercise 30. Be sure and practice this. Don't forget to practice writing the words and have someone dictate these words to you and spell them. And you won't have any trouble because now you know you can't use an I at the end of a word. You have to use a Y.